Hey guys, it's Lord Bakington. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we have something absolutely amazing. It's creamy, it's cheesy, it's absolutely filling, and super simple to make. Of course, mean one pot spinach, macaroni, and cheese. I can personally recommend that this recipe is great for trying to get kids to eat their vegetables. Personally, I've tried this myself with the kids I used to nanny for, and let me tell you, worked. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. In a saucepan over medium-high heat, add in a little bit of water and as much spinach as you want. This is 2 cups of spinach because I'm living by myself. As you can see, my spinach is cooked down into like friggin' nothing. Look, it used to be half full in this pot, and now it's just this much. So remove from the heat. Place your squeezed spinach on 2 preferably ceramic plates. Press one on top of the other. Squeeze gently, and look at all that water coming out. This is the way I was taught to get all that excess ugly water out of your spinach. This will make your mac and cheese a little too soupy. Careful, if you have very strong hands, don't break the plates. Next, boil some pasta in accordance with the instructions. Now in the same pan, after you've drained your pasta, melt 2 tablespoons of butter. Then add 2 tablespoons of flour and stir, and we're going to cook this flour for about a minute to get rid of that raw taste. There are no lumps at all. You don't want a lumpy sauce. This is a roux, and it's going to thicken up our sauce and provide a little bit of stability. Then after a minute, slowly add 2 cups of milk, a little bit at a time, and you'll see the magical transformation. Look at that. It'll go all lumpy, but there's a temptation to add all the milk at once, but you would end up with a lumpy sauce if you did. Just add it a little bit at a time, and don't add any more until you've thoroughly incorporated the last bit. Because I added the milk in a little bit at a time, the sauce is now smooth and free from lumps. So, I can season it with a bit of pepper and salt, but not too much because there's a lot of salt in the cheese. Here's the trick. Your sauce will start to thicken as it comes to the boil. Now, turn the heat off completely. Now to my still very hot sauce, I'm going to add a combination of 1 cup of very sharp white cheddar cheese and 1/4 cup of another cheese, in this case, Monterey Jack. Let the residual heat melt the cheeses in. You don't want to add the cheese in over a direct heat because the temperature shock would cause the cheese to break and it would become grainy and oily. As you can see, I've got a thick, gooey, beautiful sauce. Lob in my spinach. I should have made more. Look at how thick and cheesy that is. And then lastly, add back in your pasta and toss everything to coat. With all this beautiful, cheesy glory. Now it's perfectly good as is like this, or you can pour some into a greased souffle dish, and we're going to broil this with a little bit of cheese poured on top. Now, since everything in here is already cooked, this is going to go into the broiler at high on the top rack for around a minute or 2 to brown the top. Careful though, the broiler is a magical place, and if you put things in there too long, they can go from undercooked to burnt, like that. And after a few minutes, you'll be left with a crispy topping, and on the inside, everything's just so gooey. Oh man, wasn't that amazing? That's all the time we got for today. I'm Lord Bakington. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button and that like button, and let me know in the comment section down below if you have any recipes you want to see made. Don't stick around too long today. I got mac and cheese to eat. Peace.